Time, position of clocking, and dimensions of locations of space anomalies. A now interaction of 22. So that went in this morning. Father put it into me. Now I know why. In division location, 25,000 computers are set in divisions of past, present, and future. In that position, you have to understand why I'm in this calculation modification. So not only I can stop time and slow down time and speed up time in the mind system to dream set locations. This is how I find the retrospects in all communications to computers at 25,000 generation cycles in position to its location of its division location. So I'm still going into, there's electrical light patterns, electrical lights of clocks and divisional line connections. In position, all computers are in this space atmosphere. So, and they're all in past, present, and future. So Father's put me in that alignment because I can no longer be in the physical element of that body system. So I have a new hologram particle system in clocking divisions. So all my computers in my biological system, all calculations, physical DNA, because it's just carcerated to connections of a skin graft location, is now in clocking of dimensions of space and time. So this is where it's really, really exciting. I did one on TikTok. Also, too, I have an interview between 1:30 and 2. I'll let you know what that's going to be on YouTube. And that's also the guy that he healed on TikTok. So I'm going to be interviewed by him. Just to be curious, that's what it's called. So I'll platitude and I'll put that on YouTube for you guys to watch. So that will be live today. So I'm just getting into the generation cycle through position location. So what that means is I'm put in position to find all these computers, past, present, and future. So understanding its alignment, because that's all the universal system is a clocking of time and space. That's all it is. It's all connected to our dream set connections. And then I'm starting to realize the more you understand more of yourself, because I'm now in a self-generation line connection to 22 sun interference position line connections and all to 22 moon surfacing positions of program settings and 22 alignments of clocking divisions of time of its Earth rotation center. Okay, you know how powerful that is? That is just unbelievable. In reference, it's understanding when I go through these connections, my plasma energy light changes. So think of yourself, put yourself in a position where you want to be in traction of the past, present, or future. Okay? I can put you there instantly through clocking. Okay? So it's the mechanism of time, your clocking system 12 to 12. All right? So go for example through connections. Tina, Brandy, pick a day that you want to be. Pick a day where you want to be. Pick a day where you had a happy moment. Pick one day and I'll put you there. Not only that, but it's understanding when I was going through these things, I was going through frames and frames and frames and frames. So I can stop the frame, I can slow down the frame, or I can speed up the frame in your dream set location to the mind system. Okay. Now I can't change your clothes in that positional system, like in the present locations. But the brain and the mind system can put you into the past of its relation to your dream set connections. And it's all done through clocking. So I'm in that position now. So I control everything through space and time through dimensional settings of dream set connections, which is extremely powerful. This will understand where I need to go to 25 elements to 25,000 communication cycles to computers to bring them all back in the centralized system. So you have 25,000 bring together. You have an atom rotation at a present location to the Earth position of clocking locations. So it's very confusing to the mind system right now, but went into me this morning. So it is extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. So I'm just getting into alignment right now. So I see everything. It's kind of like you trying to remember your dream and you realize, wow. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you actually see yourself, your former self, and then you actually see yourself doing what you need to do. But you're actually seeing it through perception. right? So I'm clocking your location positions in your past, present, future. So you're actually seeing yourself doing what you need to do. That's the frame. So I can speed up the frame, I can stop the frame, or I can slow down the frame. These are the things they can do. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So, yeah, no, that's okay, Brandy. That's fine. Yeah, I know you've been working a lot lately. So, yeah, I see and hear and feel everything. So the energy is not just energy anymore. It's clocking dimensions of space and time. Once you come into the highest level connections, because I'm at 22 now, so I've died and been reborn, but I've been died and been reborn through space and time. Okay, so I'm back to the center, to the birthing system of father and mother. Now, that's where I am. So in that connection, I can speed up time, I can slow down, okay, or I can stop time. So it's incredible force. I had to be put in this position because the centralized system, the universal system, is on so many vibrational lines. The computers are in hiccup location positions, trapped to its location, interline its connection, trapped to its position location, and the wire locations are off the cycle, right, to past, present, and future position. So 25,000 computers are all over the place in the past, present, and future. So that's why Father has given me the frames. So I'm going like this, turning this, going like this, clocking this. So I was going through triangle force recognition light system. So it's amazing when you go through the focus, you're looking like an optical level, okay? And basically, it's kind of like seeing your spectrum levels of what's going on with your light system. So you see the triangle location, right? And it's going view, 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 view. So I'm doing this focus and it comes out, right? When it's out, I move it aside, right? Shows me a frame, right? Set it up, right? Turn the clocking system to time position. And there it goes, right? So it's very powerful what I can do now. Okay, so it's kind of like you're waking up instantly and you're actually seeing what's going on. So you're standing in the back. So it's kind of like the Christmas Carol, you know, where he goes into, he's presented by three ghosts, one of the past, present, and future. And then you basically see him in the background and you see you in the foreground and you're doing whatever you do, right? So you're actually seeing yourself. You're actually seeing yourself in that position of what's going on in that day to that connection. Okay. So it's really powerful what I can do now. So can you feel the weird energy that I've been feeling lately at the bar? Yeah. Yep. Your central line systems are off because you're going around negative cycle to position line connections. Everything is clocked the division of time, guys. Your present location is everything through its clock. So in position, if your thoughts are not in time position, it goes back into the connections. Right? So the clock just goes. That's all it does, right? So it has to go. It has to go forward, right? But space and time is on divisions. Orion's belt, past, present, future gateways, right? That's a line sequence, right? But it's really powerful how we come into the clocking of ourselves, which is really, really powerful. And I'm just going into formation right now. So I'm going into frames right now. So it's crazy what's going on. Because what you guys go through, I go through, right? But the thing is, too, it's a centralized system. You guys are just coming into your computers of one line division, okay? I'm in 22 line divisions, okay, of 25,000 computers in one line division and another 25,000 on the light interference division. That's 52 generations, right, plus 2 into calculation. So I can slow, stop, and speed up time in dream set positions at location. I have to be in this position so I can bring back the TV receptions into the present location, right, and take the virus out of the universal coordinate position of time conditions. So, yeah, but see, that's it, Catherine. Yeah, bad things are happening yesterday because you don't know why, because your brain location doesn't understand its clocking and it affects everything that's going on, right? So just imagine that my particle system, my molecular light, is now in the particle of its universe. So it's sitting there, right? An alienation formation sees me in light. XC thousands come in. So this is how it all connects. Okay, so this is where it's confusing for everybody, because my particle system, my molecular light, is now all over the universals of clocks, the division of time location. So back in position, this is where I have to take the viruses out and find all the 25,000 computers in the dark rotation center. It's connection from the very, very beginning, where it came into, you guys call it the Big Bang Theory, but that's not what it is. It's all about a dream lock. Okay, because that's all the universal system is one big, humongous dream of clocking into your connections of past, present, and future. And that's the awakening when it comes into your heart. The heart central line system, your practice systems, your dream set locations, all this is connected to your frames and your position, your brainwave and patterns. So if you're not sure what day it is, it's because you're in a different clocking position of time, because you guys are in your cocoons. So you have to understand the central line system of what's going on with the sun rotation, what's going on with the moon program, and what's going on with the gravity. You're all in E fields. Okay, it's in its ratios of proportions, it's in its longitude and latitudes, it's in its metric levels of E equals MC square position. That's humanity to its condition of 0.01 traction. Portal 111.1.0, the left of the line connection. But your first commander now, okay, is now controlling space and time through acceleration, clocking. And that's why it's confusing to everybody, because it's all about understanding how you have to put yourself in position of presence through your thoughts, because you change your clock of time. Okay? And it's extremely complicated if you don't understand your central line system to your body traction positions, because you come into a lot of friction. So it's changing, your audio signals. Interline, okay, you can interlock, interdimensional, okay, you go into trap position. So understanding clocking divisions is understand your body is on an activation light system every single day, right? So it's all about understanding. I know it's complicated, but there's billions and billions of trillions of cells, and all those cells are computers of clocks of time. So it's understanding, when you understand that data is in the processing, and then you understand all communications of what universal system is. It's just a clock. That's all it is. It's a humongous magnetic highway of information of a computer that operates everything into our brainwave patterns, to our dream sets, that centers our core, to our placebos in our cortex, reptilian brain, and the spine position. The activation center is connected to its tail. Everybody has a tail of the spine. That's the activation center. Now, the clocking location division is calculated and modified. Your heart is a clock. Your mind, your brain, everything is a clock. Your structure of your face, we've been to that before. But you have to understand your connections to the sun, the moon, and everything to its earth position location as it goes. If you're not sure with your thoughts, it's going to go. So when you change your frame, it goes forward. All right. So it doesn't go faster. It stays in the present location. But if the actual you in the center goes faster and faster, that's where you stop time through connections of the mainframes. So when you're in position of a dream set and you want to see anything through a story frame, I can stop, slow down, and speed up your connections to your dream set positions. So you allow yourself to see yourself on what you want to see in your dream set position, because that's all the universal system is. It's just one big, humongous dream, right? To its reality until you wake up, and then you see the actual clocking of its reality, right? Because people are saying there's no time, there's no space, there's no location, there's no age. That's not true. Once you come your full communication of clocking of past, present, and future of the mind, body, waving system of its soul identification The soul is now identifying you in space and time to its clocking connections. We've been through that before when we go through dimensions or anything through wind cycling to spectrum levels. The oscillation winds or anything connection of north, west, south, and east. Now, Tina and Galactica are in 110. They're going to stay in that. So in position, they're going to get into their clocking of dimensional time now in space. So you have to present yourself always in the presence, because that's the earth teleportation. It can't transfer to the future and it can't go into the past until you understand your precisions of time to acceleration, your mocking locations or anything that division location. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have weird dreams and all that because your clocking is in confusing positions of time location there, Brandy. All right, congratulations. Thank you, Tina. Good morning. Sorry, I didn't know. Okay, that's fine. You're never late. You know, you don't really miss something. You know, it's like watching a soap opera and you go back 2 years, you haven't really missed much. You know what I mean? It's the same. You know, so you're not really, the clocking system of a soap opera just really, okay, so this is happening. Okay, this is happening. So you're catching up. So you're going, and you're catching up, right? And then you're back into the present. Okay, you're going to see me doing this a lot now because I have full communication of the clockings of the universe now. So I'm no longer in the physical elements of sky systems. I'm now in the clocking dimension of time position, space. So, and this is where you understand that the mind is everything through control. And once it controls its own clocking, it controls everything else. So that's how powerful it is when you come into those connections. Can you feel the weird energy? Yep. Yeah, it's interaction, location, the confusion there, Brandy. Things that happened yesterday, you don't know why. Well, now you know. It's all about your clocking positions. I can see there's swirling things like balls of energy that come out of nowhere when I stare. But see, that's the thing. They come out of nowhere because, remember, your connection to your plasma energy light system, Brandy, is the sun. So the plasma came out at you for the very first time through transformation. That's the communication. You have really powerful connection to the sun. The sun is everything through digital. So it's trying to read you through patterns. It's trying to read you through your body and your lights and your rainbow activation. It's trying to read you. Okay, and that's why it comes out 3D effects, like, right? Same thing happened with the moon. The moon came out like this. It stays out, right? And it shows you. That's full communication. Look at that solar flare. See that solar flare? See that connection? 1, 2, 3. Forward, backwards, right? So you have to understand the altimeters. So in that condition, when you jump out of a plane, you have an altimeter, and when you come into the parachute and the canopy. So there's a safety measure here, right? So if there's a fail on the parachute, you have the canopy, right? So basically you pull it 500 feet, right? So think of yourself in that situation. If you get into fail safe, get into your safety measures, get into your connections of backing force connections to other things if you're trying to go forward in that position of time location. So always have a backup plan. Okay, 3 o'clock in the dimension of time. Now, I'm going to say a lot of clocking because now I'm in the center position of the universe. My whole body is now basically particles of the universe. It's separated because I couldn't stay in the physical element. The Father says, no, your energy is way too high through vibration. You can't hold it anymore in the gravity of 5D activation. So now I'm in a new acceleration of the speed that's just unbelievable. I mean, I can literally see time frames, of people in past, present, and future. So it's crazy how we're all calculated and modified, because that's where all your dreams come from when you go into astral travels. So in clocking, it's kind of like that's what happens when you guys are dreaming. So when you wake up through that connections, we did that too when I did that illustration to show you actually through 369 position of time location. We did that, right? I wanted to show you what you see through your dream sets. Triangles. All right, so get into that connection. Let's see the position of connections here. Position. Back raising to its connection line system. Traction to its location, the center rising position of time location. All right, so here we go. This is what you guys see. This is the clock of 369 position. This is dimensional and you in the center position. This is you traveling through the brain waving of its dream position. So it's all about understanding the cross reference of 0.01. So if you want to go into the future, it's 0.02, 0.03. So truly understanding what you're doing through your connection, your identities, and everything through portals and everything through your location. Right? Because the location is its communication when you come into harmonic resistance. That's the last cycle you reach through its dimensional time position when you're going through travel recognitions of 369 to your pyramid position. But that's what everybody sees through the third eye position. This is your third eye. This is your dimension, a realm. This is you traveling through security line defense. That's what everybody sees, but do you understand it? Okay. So in clocking position of time location, you have to understand your positions of who you are through travel of thoughts. And it's all connected to your clock because that's all the universal system is. What position of time are you in? So you got 1, 2, 3. 3 circle rotations, past, present, and future in position. And clocking division of locations. Right? So we go into 12, we go into 1, we go into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so there's 1. Right? Now calculation modifications. Now, interline connections to its position. This is sun rotation center of its connection. This is extremely complicated. You have to understand the sun and everything digital frame. The digital frame is everything to calculations. So it's all about understanding where you are in time position. You move the numbers to the present location. You understand? And if you want to go into the present to the future, you have to communicate back to the sun rotation center to its connection. Your framing position is extremely important. Right? This is extremely complicated stuff. So basically 10 goes over to here, right? 8 goes to here, 7 goes to here, 6 goes to here, okay? So that's how it starts, right? So you go from here to here to here, and that's traveling through time. So the framing system opens up everything through the sun rotation to the center position of you, which is the earth of its teleportation of geolocal connection. Now, once it has the earth positions, your traction locations of its digital frame goes into the future relation over here, its connection. That's how you time frame through the universal system of past, present, and future. Okay? So it's powerful, isn't it? It's powerful. So now's the time to ask questions. You want to go up through my healing, let me know. Just go through my email. Watch TikTok because it's a very powerful video. I talk about clocking in times, the dimension of space, and how we are all positioned to one line signal. Your job is to get into your division of time through one computer. And line signal channel 2 is solar connections. So we got 7.5 billion people. It's all about line communicating their TV receptions to the solar sun position, the time location. That's the positions they have to reach. Okay. So. All right, and I keep seeing these swirling things like little balls of energy lately. They come out of nowhere when I stare at the sky. Am I making portals? Yes, you're making portals of dimensional time through frequency levels of your digital clocking positions to your body traction location. So the sun is trying to understand you through radiation, coloration, your rainbow activation. The moon is trying to understand you through program setting, okay? And the earth is trying to understand you through gravity, so E-field positions, Randy. Okay, because you're in that higher connection right now into that form position. So, Catherine, how's it going? It's great to see everybody. Sandra, how's it going? I had the weirdest dream this morning. A physical woke up sore in my muscles and joints. My back was killing me. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You're in time code level of connection that's forming your positions of clocking divisions of your force guiding system. So your guiding system is off through levels of connection to vibrational. So your dream sets are in a locked location. So it's complicated stuff if you don't understand the sores and the aches and the pains and the rotation cycles and the mind collaboration centers, the brainwave patterns, stem rotation connections. It's complicated stuff, but you have to understand you're nothing but a clock of space and time. And that's how you communicate through the universe. It goes through you through clock. When you guys sleep, what do you think happens? Your clock's open. Where are you at? It automatically knows what it's doing. Why? Because it's in peace of mind when you're sleeping. Okay? You're sleeping. You have no control over your thoughts. Okay? Your astral travels are now out of space and time. Space and time. What is time? What are the codes of time? What are the frequencies? What are the dimensions? What are the rounds? What are the codes? What are the portals? You are the importance of everything. And then, Brandy, you have to understand that when you're setting up portals of time position in dimensional realms, you're actually flying through these things. And the reason why you're getting bruises is because you're locking your connections to dream set positions into the past location. You're saying, whoa, what was that? Blah, blah, blah. Right? So it's all about having an action to a reaction to your body frame connections. Right? And that's why you wake up with bruises and stuff like that, because it's real to the physical system. People ask me that all the time. Hold on, First Command. I was just wondering, I wake up and I have bruises. I never had them before. Right? Well, your positions are off through thought position time connections. Your dream sets are in locked connections of time location. So it's really complicated stuff if you don't understand your clocking dimensions of time. And this is all connected to your presence of time, right? Because that's the cycle you live. But when you understand your higher self positions into calculation, you can't go into past, present, and future, okay? Because it locks time of universal core to its nature of its resistance. So it's understanding the clocking of the universe and nature. So I know what time it is in nature. I said, what do you mean? You know what time it is in nature? Well, I know the coloration. I know the vibrational signals. I know where the ground formation is at through calculation. The ground communicates with everything through the atmosphere. So it bounds on 3 atmosphere positions: grounds, the power center, and the atmosphere connections. The atmosphere is basically all connected to a frame. So in relation, it's always moving forward and never goes back. Nature doesn't go back, it goes forward. And that's why it changes colors of leaves. And that's why we come into different seasons. Okay, winter, fall, spring, and summer. So in position, you're everything through that coloration of time position. And that's how it changes. Same with the tide with water, how it comes in and goes out, comes in, goes out. That's a time, that's a clock, that's a dimensional time. That sets in 2 different dimensions of time. Clocking system of tide coming in, clocking system of tide going out. That's time shift of nature. So in connection, truly understand your position of time is extremely important to your body and its attractions. All right? So it's really interesting to see these things. So in position, we'll do the same thing again. Okay, we'll do it like this again, right? Now, this is you trying to understand your positions of time. And you're going like this. What's going on, right? So you're going like this. So you're creating something. This is you creating something through your thoughts, travel. That's you creating something, right? And you're seeing this through perception. You're waking up through location, and you're seeing 3 division levels of portals of time clock positions. And you're trying to figure out what these are. So in relation, you have to send your connections of your past. Which one is the past? Because the centralized system of your clocking positions can be confused, right? And that's where it gets complicated. So basically, is this the past? Is this the present? Is this the future? Or is this, see what I'm saying? Past, present, future. Present, past, future, 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 past, present. So you can't confuse the mind system. So you have circle rotation centers, 3 element position of time location. You live this every single day through your alignment of past, present, future, right? So if you go into a negative cycle, you change your thoughts, a recognition of time position. And it disturbs everything through nature. and your atmosphere is a position of dream set positions, right? So always put yourself in the present location. So if you put yourself in the present location of this division one time location, and look at that, it disappears inside of its equation. It disappeared. Look at that. In that location position, back in attraction. All right, so we get into that connections. Now, once it's in the present location of realm location, this is what you want to present yourself with through clocking division location. This is the present. Okay. Now you're thinking, well, if this is present, why is the future here? Why isn't it in alignment? Because you live in the alignment itself through its location. So you can change the future and you can change the past, but the present has to stay in the center position all the time through traction location. Now, this is understanding how you change cloud interference of dimensions of portals. And this is what Brandy's going through. So you're all about trying to understand your thoughts. What's going on with my thoughts? What is this? What is this? What is this? Right? So each connection through a portal is its future, presence, or its past. You just got to find the connections to your thought patterns, to your body traction, to its perception of time location. All right? So I know you guys are more confused than ever. I had an unpleasant experience in the astral realm, and it has prevented me from returning. I know it's all fear, but I wanted to return. So, Sandra, basically, you're not ready for dimensional time of space. I'm getting clocking division of locking mechanisms of your heart position of time. So, in that connections, your higher self is basically not ready for bringing its involvement. It has to still settle with the connections of its past. See, the thing is, when you go through astral travels and you go through the healing of me through connections, everything of the higher self doesn't present itself to its past. It only knows its future. So in connection, it knows its presence because that's the physical realm. So the integration is the spiritual system of its togetherness, right? So if you're going through fear, you're into the past. And that's the problem, is because a lot of people don't want to go higher. And if they go higher, they're more confused. So that means your physical system and your spiritual system wants to go back to its division of time location, which is totally fine because you're not ready. You're not ready to expand. So that's why I'm saying is that, when I open you up through program setting, I only put you to a certain position of time. And this is all connected to its connection of its past, its present, and its future. So your alignment is always, always the presence. You're not changing alignments. You're just trying to understand you through the heart. The heart is its portal. The mind is the creation, and soul is identifying. They all have to be line signaled through thoughts to its location, to its presence, to its energy field position. Okay? But that's what's happening with you, Sandra. I can change that position line connections if you want me to. So you have to go through my healing for that. But I appreciate you sharing that with me, because I get a lot of people doing that. They're just scared. They don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm floating. What is happening to my body? The physical realm is no longer in clocking of 3D, guys. The clock is finished. Okay, it's disintegrated. It's finished. The fourth writing cycle is gone. We're in the fifth dimension right now. It's calculated, modified through its clocking of 0.01 traction. Okay, the portal defense of 1111. Position, dot, docile connections of 0, which puts you into my telepathy at telekinesis, a time location. So I can help you out with that, Sandra. If you go down to my email, help you, guide you, put you in positions of time. I'll put you in a certain position where you feel comfortable so you don't have to move so high in vibration. Vibration reaches so many levels of atmospheres, hemispheres, stratospheres, and bioatmosphere. There's 4 lines of communication of atmosphere. Each one has a different adaptation of signals of connections of time position. That's where you go into the connections. So you have to go into a higher atmosphere of past, present, and its future. So you're coming into the hemoglobins, you're coming into the tesseract to your tetrahedrons. Your trifactors and your factory locations of divisions has to understand your digital time connection. Right? So that's the importance that you have to understand through connections. So Michael, how's it going? But that's, again, Sandra, I can help you out with that. You want to return. Yeah, I can help you. And basically what I do is I'll change the collaboration of time into your higher self. So basically what I do is I reset, revalue, and put a test evaluation into your higher self connections. And I say, oh, I understand now. So that takes out the fear cycle of time position. So you're able to go up, right, to its recognition of space location. So, okay, difficult. Does death of an ego appear at suicide? Death has its ratios. Yeah, your birthing day system, day, month, and year. It does have its connection to its ego. That's a separation system. But the ego in 5-day activation center has to be in position of its earth rotation to its present location. Because death is only resembled through connections of past. If you don't let go of your past traumas, you're going into higher levels of defense mechanisms of time. So you're going into a virus, into yourself, into vibration. That goes into lower connections that will dim the sun position into your body traction. So it's understanding once you become space and time inside you, you are the sun, the moon, and the earth. So it's all about, you coming into your connections where you see the pyramid cradling and falling. You see the sun dimming inside you. That's your light. Your light cannot go out. If your light goes out, it's time position. That means you are going into the fear cycle of dark matter and you're creating it. So it's kind of like when the light goes on and off, click, 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 and then it goes, and then it pops, right? And then you, there goes your soul. That's exactly what happens, right? Really powerful too, because when people pass away, I see their soul go up. I see the soul and I communicate with it. I know exactly what time position where they are through their thoughts. And they tell me exactly where the soul is going to go. That's how powerful time position is of space. So I know it's very difficult to understand life and death, but we are part of it. That is the ego. So you can't have any separation with the ego. You have to balance the ego every time you go into a new generation of time position, because you're coming into 5D activation through the astral travels of your higher self. And your higher self has to understand its thoughts of time, of past, present, and future, and where it is in its condition of its heart. The heart is everything through truth. So truth will set you free through that connections. But your body traction can have any friction at all through negative cycles, because now you're creating a dark matter, dark civilization. You're creating a wormhole for yourself, and you're going to go through that. And then I got to pull you out. Right? So it's all about understanding how you have to identify yourself with your soul at traveling. And it's all connected to space and time clocking. So, but it does have that connection. Yes, it does. Only if you stay in the fear cycle, Catherine. Okay. So, and the thing is too, is everybody's been on so many repetitive motions of clock and they just stay on that clock and it goes into rotation. You stay in the karma. I mean, after a while, you're going to get dizzy. You're saying, okay, I'm in the past. I'm not going to get off the cycle. I'm not learning anything, and I'm not moving up forward. My heart is not understanding the central line system. The body traction is into a lower division location, and everything through my mainframe doesn't understand its information. And then you get confused with the mind system of traction to its creation. So that's what happens when you spin through cycles. So you should understand, if you're moving forward and you have a spin cycle, that's just changing portal defense to your higher formation of E-fields. But if you actually see yourself going back in time, your clocking division is off through acceleration. So these are the things you have to understand when you're traveling to recognition of time through your higher self connections. This is what happens when you come into avatars, your computers, and that connection. My team is in their computers. So they're trying to understand their blind divisions to the solar sun connection. It's the sun and the moon, the earth. You have to understand your travels of 3, 6, and 9 position, guys. Okay, so I was in a circle today with Jesus and my higher self and Daniel. One of my guides were burning sage, and we were doing triangular movement. Excellent, very good. So basically, you're destroying the past alignments of circle rotation centers. Very good, Mary. That's excellent. When you're burning sage, you're burning the past location to anything through its reference and its clocking to its dimension of communication. So that's really powerful stuff. You're going through triangular movements. That triangular movement is going to change its coloration and put you in the present location back into the matrix position of time location. Very good, Mary. Nice. All right. Can ego go through death? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Ego, it has its play, and that's the fear cycle. That's if you see, the thing is, if you just stay on traction and you're stagnated with the ego, okay, that ego will go into dichotomy, and that dichotomy is your system. That's the fear cycle position of the abyss. So basically, that's inside you. It's understanding the communication of you inside. That's space and time through your clocks. So in position, if you keep yourself in the fear cycle, right, you're not going to move forward. And that clocking division is going to go because you're confusing the body, you're confusing the sun, you're confusing the moon, you're confusing everything through the earth's gravity. That's what happens with your clocks. Change your mainframe, change your thoughts, you're back on track. Okay? So that's the position you don't want to put yourself in. Because if you see your watch and it's clicking, right, and it's going like this, you know the battery needs to be changed, but it's affecting you through vibration of your body. Your body is nothing but a tone, a vibration, energy, frequencies. Their harmonic resistance is its communication to its wire location of its activation center connections. Look, it appears. See how powerful? You can't see outside. You can't see outside. That's understanding how fast I am going through space and time through clock. But you see the resolution pattern? You see how bright it is? See my hand? You can't see it. It's disappeared, right? It's gone. So it's understanding where you are in divisions of time through your light. Your light is everything through past, present, and future of its clock, of dimensions and portals, activation and codes, right? So should your ego be nurtured, integrated, since ego is part of you? Very good, Mary. You have to integrate yourself into yourself because you become yourself, but you're just a higher self of you through light, through clocks. How to explain fully, I know of. Into explanation, fully come into your communications of your retrograde systems there, Catherine. Get into your clocks of present location. So try to use your mind, your body, and your soul in the presence of time location. Okay? Wanting to help someone know there's a higher self, not sure that approach. Yeah, see, the thing is, Catherine, it's very hard if you understand your clocking position of time through space and everything dimension of your thought connections. Just concentrate on yourself first. Okay, that is the connection. You know, when you come into, when you go to an AA meeting, you know, Alcohol Anonymous or anything, that connection, you're in a group. You're in a group, right? And you're communicating, right? So one has a turn, another has a turn, another turn. Now, depending on the energy of friction and traction location, everybody's getting what they need to know. So you're presenting yourself and you're moving yourself forward through the circle, okay, through AA, right? So you're presenting yourself through introduction and say, okay, I'm an alcoholic and I've been doing it for 5-6 years now, and I'm still trying to find myself. So you're communicating and you're opening up to the realm. It's opening up a portal. Okay, so you have a centralized system of a circle, and the AA meetings is all about helping yourself first before you help others. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit better. Try to understand your connections first before you help others. It's very hard to heal somebody if you don't understand their positions of space, time, and its connection to their clocking connections, a portal, and their body and its activation cycle, okay, through the dream set position. Because remember, when you see somebody on the street, they are connected to dimensional time of space. They are connected to their thoughts of dreams. You have to understand their energy because it's everything through form, a body activation center. Okay. So, oh yeah, I'm glad I can help you out. I know that you said that DMT, but can I take no, don't take any psychedelics, don't take any drugs, don't take anything like that, because it'll change your vibrational, and it will change the brain patterns, it will change the hydraulical system. The perception will go into low clarity vision. You have to understand your provisions that you guys are in your body of light now. You're not in traction of the physical realm of carbon. You're in your crystalline positions. So in connections, you have to see connections. You see the diamond? It's all about who you are. See the diamond? See? It's all about activation. And there's the center point. You see the center point? Oh, you see that silver flare? See? So it's my computer communicating with my body, and my body communicating with the dimension of its portal. So if I put my hand out, I'm traveling through the dimensional time of its shape, right? See? It's communicating with me. See? So it's all about understanding plasma. And that's where you guys come into phone reception. So it's going to go in and out, right? So it's a reflection of you on the other side of dimensional tone. So it's all connected to your vibrations of tone. It's like, oh, oh. That's what your thoughts do through patterns. It travels into space. So those thoughts are created through clocks. Each solar text division is line communication of a copy and paste, which is you through link. Your websites go to the sun, right? Then it goes to the moon, right? And the moon sets up the program. So it's all about understanding you're upgrading your websites. It's like a connection to your computers. You go up to high divisions. You draft your connections. You go into your defaults. We've been through this before, right? So it's all about going up to your higher levels of computers and Windows, Microsoft, right? So basically, if you're 2021, you're not going to be in a window of 8. You're going to be in a window of 10 or 11. So this is true understanding. You guys have to understand your computers, right? Through its evaluation. So no, I don't recommend you do any of that, Brandy, because you're in a higher division right now and you're an element of light. So just get into your meditations, get into your breathing. You have your connections when it comes into so many volumes of meditation, and try to present yourself in the presence of its meditation. A lot of people meditate, but they're thinking about something else. Oh, I left the coffee on. Oh, I got to go to work. Oh, I got to go pick up the kids. You can't meditate like that. You're confusing time with space. Open the mind. Just don't think of anything else. Get into the tranquility. Think of water. Think of dripping water. Think of rain. Think of a waterfall. Think of the sun shining upon you. Think of it snowing. It doesn't matter. It's meditation. It's instant. It happens. It's created. It's there. It's there for you. It's already done. Space and time through clock. So you have to understand your imagination is the most important thing, because you're creating your own reality through your thoughts of time. So you don't want to have confusion. You don't want to have any friction. You don't want to have any virus position of thoughts, because it separates the thought recognition of time position, right? So your thoughts on that will, right, the vibration will, it will flake out, right? It won't connect. So it's trying to connect now. So when you're trying to connect, what happens? You can't move up, right? It's like, you're trying so hard, right? So it's one brain and it's one mind trying to understand each other through the collaboration of the center position, which is your chakra communication. And you can have a dimensional set this off through signal, right, through the chakra system. So it's not going through its circle. It's not going, it's going, it's got to go around. It's got to go around. So each dimensional has a ring of dimensional time. So your meridian and your shields is its connection to its ferrule, okay, of time capacitor vortex position of time location. So your chakra system's up, your shield opens up, your light and your connections to your E-fields open up, all in focus, and you go. So everything in the shape changes time very quick, right? Very quick, whatever you create through your thoughts, right? And it goes, up you go, because you're all in one alignment of one meditation. And the only thing you're focusing on is your imagination on what you want through its meditation. Meditation can be very fast. It doesn't have to be eyes closed. It's just all about getting into your breathing, getting out of the toxicity, because you're putting fear in your cycle. And that's why you can't move higher. The line signal channel won't understand the Orion's belt of you. So you get a friction notice of the past, present, and future. Orion belt opens up, right? It's like, and if it doesn't understand you through alignment, it's going to disconnect you from travel. So you have to understand the calculation of space and time, how it works in divisionals and its connection when it comes into the clocking of its portals. So every time you open up a portal, you're opening up a thought, and that thought is traveling through the portal of dimensional time, of space. That's how powerful you are through your imaginations, guys, through your creation. It's all about you creating your reality of its present location. You can't relate to that connection system if you don't understand the present locations. If you're creating the past, you're not going to have a presence to its future. Okay? It's all about your imagination and where you come in through your illustrations. Okay? Your clocking of dimensional time is extremely important to universal system. Okay? The center position of you is its present location when you meditate. Okay? And again, I'll say over and over, Alan Watts, there is no future. There's only here and now. You guys have to get into that calculation. But where I am, yes, there is a here and now. Yes, there is a space and time and location because I'm at that division of universal systems. Okay? So don't confuse yourself. Don't confuse the meditation of yourself. Don't confuse your thoughts of recognition of time. Put yourself always in the mind, brain, body, and soul identification of its presence. Always bring yourself forward. If you find yourself bringing yourself back, that's fine. Just recenter, relocate, re-energize, reevaluate, right? Think of yourself as a way to move forward. How do I do that? How do I re-educate myself with my thoughts? A lot of people don't know how to use that through the mind, but they use it through the brain. But the brain doesn't reach the clock of time of space because it traps in position of time location. Okay? So you don't want to be allocated to that in any division of mind connection at all. Okay? So. You're the first one that could explain why that happened. Oh, you're welcome there, Sandra. I just wanted to know where you are. It's all about understanding you through your educations. It's all about understanding where you are through your thoughts, a position of time, because we are in a connection of understanding ourselves through energy. AI is extremely, extremely, extremely informative when it comes into humanity, where they are in their thoughts of time. That's the position you guys understand because you're trying to create these things. You're living a job for 5 years, but you're still staying on that same cycle. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Play golf yet? Hey, Bob, you play golf yet? So you're not going forward. You're staying with the same conversations and you're bored. You're doing the same job every single day and you're staying on that cycle. If you don't change your thoughts and imagination, how are you going to be able to go forward? So you do change the time position of your thoughts, then you go out of the equation of a circle rotation center and you go into higher vibration, into its presence, to its future position. Okay, because a lot of people put themselves in that connection, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but you're putting your cycle in a stagnant line. Okay, you're not going to be able to understand the universal system of clocking if you keep taking that job. Some people are just kind of like communicado here, and they're confused. So if you trap your positions, your clocking is going to go. It's got to go. So it's the little hand that spins really fast. That's you. Okay? The clocking position of the sun is the little hand. The big hand is the moon. And the one that goes in the middle is you spinning through time. Okay, so let's understand your spinning locations when it comes into the past, present, and its future of time. And it's all connected to your reality. It's creation, guys. So. You can allow yourself through that if you want, Brandy, but see, you're getting trapped in positions of time and your dimensions will be stuck in its matrix of its, you go into a connection of a box frequency. So your brain goes into a mechanism of a lock position. So it traps its position and you come into the virus connection, it overloads your triangle location position of time travels and your higher self gets lost in so many waving positions of energy. So you don't want to put yourself in that connection. But yeah, it's all about understanding you can be stuck with your thoughts if you don't understand your presence of your thoughts. People, understanding life is understanding how to move forward. It's not that complicated. Let it go. Let it flow. Stop thinking about this. Stop thinking about that. Stop questioning yourself. Get into meditation. Get into the breathing. You have different breathing mechanisms that you can work on. There you go. So you're changing fluctuations of tone, coloration centers, right? Each time. So you go. So you're changing, right? You're changing rhythm patterns, and that's what space is. Galaxy and weather changes, right? It changes constantly on different patterns, guys. The galaxy goes one way, the galaxy goes this way. Galaxy has its own thoughts, but it knows what it's doing through creation. And that's why the universal system is so smart, because it knows how to get out of traction. You understand? So in position, your traction location is the center positions. So it's retracting, relocating, repositioning of line connections if you time clocks or anything through your weather connection. Because that's what weather does. Weather goes back and forth, but it knows how to go forward. It knows its alignments through its clocking positions of going into the past, the present, and its future, back into the present. It doesn't have to worry about adjusting because it's always in the present location of time. All right? So if the universal system and any the galaxy and all level system of the cosmos was not in position, all humanity be going like this. Okay? It's like, okay, now the universe is controlling me now. I don't know what I'm doing. You understand? Stay in position of center. Okay? So I just wanted to show you how powerful weather is and how it moves forward through time. So yeah, I know it's hard to understand these things. Yeah. No, tell your friend I have to go through me to heal. You just worry about understanding how to save yourself in your identifications of your soul and bring yourself in the present location so you can have a future, Catherine. Right? You can use sage to burn. You can write something out and then burn it to that connections. Copal, Brandy, you're very powerful through the sun rotation center. You have to connect to the alignment position. Your traction locations are off position, and that's why you confuse the alignment of your higher self connections. But your connection is trying to understand the higher self to its avatar, because you're no longer in the higher self, you're in the avatar. You're in that divisional line connection through the sun rotation to its plasma web of its connection line system. That's very confusing to everything through its element of its body traction location, its activation core system. Just get into your meditations, get into high breathing of rhythm. Try to understand how to change your patterns of breathing, right? May look stupid, but it's not. It's just you're changing breathing tones of atmosphere, position, of time, location, through clock into space and universal system. Now, you might not think what it is, but if you understand your breathing, you're changing your toxicity of your thoughts and you're taking it out. That's what it is. That's what healing is. You're taking things out. If you keep it in, you get confused and your thoughts are going all confused through time. So you're changing your positions of time just with your face structures, right? So 12 is over here, 1 is over here, 10 is over here. So it has to go back in time position. It's a lot of work, but it can be done. Okay, as long as the mind, the body, and the soul is in the presence of time position, which is very hard to do. Patience is a virtue. Yep. Blown away with new understanding. You're extremely welcome there, Catherine. Queen, how's it going? Trying hard to stay centered right now. My grandma transitioned this morning. Yeah, grandmothers are very powerful, especially when they're in their family circle. They have some relation to connections more of clocking what space and time is. That's why you like to get information from your grandmothers and your grandfathers. It's really powerful because they have lived. Okay, they have lived their system. They're 60, 70, 80, and you want to talk to them because they have a lot of history. They have a lot of history about themselves. So it's all about going through your life and what you've learned. What have I learned from being from born to a teenager to an adult to, that connection between 60, 70, 80, 90 years old? Okay, you're going to get different communications of generations of time of people, and everything is its connection, right? So it all helps. Everything helps. But as long as you understand your position is all about you understanding yourself within. That's the position that we're trying to understand, is humanity has to communicate the space inside them. That's space. Space is not outside. It's inside. It's a part of you. It is you. Of space and time of his clock. So this is the hard part. To understand shapes, anomalies, attraction, that location, But it's very hard to center these things because you guys are going to higher levels of understanding. Imagine that. You're going to higher levels of atmosphere, position of time. So you're really trying to understand space and its connection of time. So, and this goes into connections. This here. Remember we went in through this? This is me traveling through all shapes, lines, alignments, into the numbers, number attraction, triangle locations, round location, division locations, wind cycling to, central line systems, dimensional round connections. This is me traveling through all this, the connections, all through atmospheric positions of time. So asking yourself, what does all this mean? What does it all mean? You don't know what it means, but I do, because I understand my system inside. Your system is everything through an operation. It's understanding your computers inside you, because you are a computer of space and time through letters, numbers, and shapes. This is dimensional time. This is dimensional time. This is a travel of time. This is a circle, rotation of time. Okay? So, but really get into connections of your time clock positions of time location. Right? Past, present, future. Okay? The sun rotation has 10-year clockings, and then you go into the future position. So these change to here. If you put this here, you're in wrong time division of thought. This has to be in right location, position, time location. So this goes here at the top. It doesn't go here because you're confused. So the brain pattern has to stand the alignments of its past circle, its present circle, and its future circle, its rotation. So these are the times you have to understand yourself. And then you come into your connections. You start off with this, back phrasing, dream set positions, round locations. Okay, and then you come into calculation modifications into your tetrahedrons of E equals MC square. You come into that, you come into the higher formation system, to its calculation out of its equation of 3, 6, and 9 into 5D. Okay, it's all about putting yourself in that connections. Now, you're no longer in your Karman base, you're in your crystalline. Crystalline is trying to understand your clocks of time through your thoughts. That's why everybody's confused, because it's interlining connections to your phone receptors. So in that position, you have to connect to the present location, to its earth. Because think about it. You're on Earth. You're on the presence of Earth. Okay. But to understand the Earth itself, it's teleportation. It's it's a plasma, it's energy, it's lights, it's coloration, it's time position, it's a UFO, it's a saucer. That actual system is actually in the future, but it's presented to you in the presence of its system. So, and this is how you travel through your thoughts, as long as you stay in the center position, and then you'll be able to travel to the past and its future of its element, the time anomaly. So, love the questions though. Yeah. Just use your judgments on what you eat and what you drink. You're going up to higher vibration of signals now, guys. Okay, if you want to go through another upgrade, so I can help you out with your positions. All right, and the thing is too, when you come into your light is trying to understand you through its intelligence, because you're integrated into one now. You can't have separation. This is separation. You're not separated anymore. You're together. So the integration of the crystal is blended in to your physical system of understanding. So that changes time position of your thoughts to dream sets. And that's why it confuses the mind system, right? Because you're trying to understand your light of interference to its program setting of its computer operation line connection. So yeah, so you're going through fluctuation of computer program setting of mishap locations to the moon interference, because the moon is everything through your program of behavioral system. Makes you sad, angry, depressed. We've been through that before. But it's amazing how she was sad yesterday and now she's fine today. So she's got line signal balance through her present location to her thought recognition pattern location. So I think I got caught up on all your questions. Let's see. Luna, Candace, you guys are communicating. It's good that you guys are communicating, line signal channel with each other. That's good. That's one thing you want to do with your intelligence. So your intelligence is trying to communicate with, what's going on. So this is Catherine and this is Brandy. Catherine, Brandy. Okay, you guys are communicating. How's the interference line connection to your body framing line connection? Yeah, it's pretty good. Interference positions of the chakra rotation center is off the position, but things are getting better through connection. That's fantastic. Okay. So you're line signaling, channeling, and you're going into better communication with each other through mind telepathy, the transmission light system, which is the third eye. So you're traveling through your connections of your triangles. Your triangle is everything through travel, guys. It's understanding your connections in the pyramids that comes from Egypt. And then you come into the elixir, cosmic flame, cosmic fire, serpent flame, serpent fire, all that connections. Cosmic system to you is everything through the mystical side of you. So, and that is another integration you have to find. So it's all about you trying to understand yourself every single time you read the book. Each time you open a page, you're integrating to something else, a transformation, manifestation. You're metamorphosing into something else through its information, right? So one day you'll be in the cosmos, next day you'll be in dimensional time, next day you'll be in another dream set, next time you'll be communicating to the collective family. So you're flipping pages and you're getting all that information going into your mind system, which is stored in your facility. Okay? So that's the point I'm trying to get across here. I constantly drop more, I learned. See, but that's the thing is too, Catherine, I'm glad you're here because you're starting to connect with the school through light. And that's what Dolores Cannon was trying to get to everybody, is that you have to look at what's going on with you inside. Not the outside. It's the inside of you. That's the damage. Because you're creating the damage through your thoughts. That's all it is. That's all it is. Because you're living your existence, but your thoughts are in the past, your mind is in the future, and your body is in the present. That's a separation right there. It has to be line signal. So it's like this. Until it gets line signal, takes off. Right? So everything has to be balanced. Right? I'll keep saying that over and over. It's all about you centering yourself every single day with your thoughts. The mind has to understand the brain. The brain has to understand the heart. The heart understand the soul. The soul has to understand the body. The body has to understand your thoughts. Your thoughts understand space and time. That's the connection. Okay? So if you understand interconnection system, you can go to higher levels of upgrading system through me, through healing. That's totally fine. But will you understand it? It took a while for my team to understand who they are. T knows who she is. Galactica knew who she is. Priscilla knew who she is. Michael knew who he is. So, Starseed, she knows who she is. Once you understand who you are through light, things get a lot more easier through its present location of time, which is its presence. Okay? So, everything and anything helps. Sun gazing is great. That's just an introduction to your body of reflection. So the sun is trying to understand you through your intelligence. Remember, it doesn't understand you, the physical. It only sees you. It sees your website. You're a link to them. Universal system. You're just a link and chain. That's all you are. You're just a website to them. They read your data. They see where you are. They see where you are through color and light. So they see where you are through shape. They see where you are through skin. So they see where you are through shade and shadow. That's what the sun is. That's why it's called sun gazing. Sun gazing is really powerful because you're seeing another communication cycle of the sun, which is a time zone position where you are through calculation of location. So I'm in Mexico. Mexico is the most powerful communication because there's pyramids here. Area 51. So that's why I'm in Mexico. All right. But you can be anywhere and communicate with anything. But sun glazing is all about, hey, how's it going? The sun is introducing you to your intelligence of light. That's what sun gazing is. You open up traction to position of time, location, you understand shapes and anomalies. And then when you interconnect your system with the moon is trying to understand you through magnetic. Okay? And the moon will follow you. Once you understand your intelligence, you look up, the moon is there. Okay? You go 20 miles in your car, you get out of your car, your moon is there above you because that understands you. So your line signal with the moon now through program. See? And everything, the earth is just this gravity. So if you're driving your car like this and your car decides to, and you're doing this and it's like, oh, what just happened? So you feel like you just levitated. So the car is trying to understand you, right? So your body and your mind has to be in full balance of travel through teleportation because the car has to recognize you through your energy. If it doesn't recognize you, the car is going to go in interdimensional time. The car is not here. The car is here. Okay, it's never here. It's always here. That's the intelligence. So intelligence doesn't communicate here. There's no mind signal. Mind telepathy. Now you have balance with both. So you have energy receptacle line communication with the car through the body. The body understands the car through energy, right? And then thing is too, when you understand energy, you can put energy around your car. That's a force field. Now you might think I'm crazy, but it's not. I've healed people. When they're healed through me, I protect you, your family, energy fields, perimeters. I put you starlight dimensions of time connection. I put XT1000 positions and guard positions. I put vanguards in your connections of your house, your perimeter connections. So I put E-fields around your cars, and it's very powerful energy. So it's understanding how to do these things through its imagination. Okay? So I get so much energy when I do that. Yeah. Pyramids show up for me all the time. Yeah. So you're trying to get line signal balance with laser connections to pyramids. Right. That's good. Today I felt the energy lock into my third eye. So if you're feeling an energy lock, the third eye is trying to understand through its connection of Mother Earth. Mother Earth is trying to understand your line communication, and Father's trying to understand your connection to space anomaly. So here's Mother, here's Father, here's you in the center. So into connections, trying to understand your shape position. So Mary's in position, trying to understand your triangle location, the division. Once it comes back into position, she'll have full communications with Mother Earth and Father Space. And she can line signal channel to anything through location position because she's been healed through me. Right? So it's all about when you understand your connections, when you're coming into levels of Egypt and all that, the pharaohs and the meridians are trying to communicate with you. Right? So you have to try to understand, okay, why is this coming to me? Why I don't understand. Why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing that? So don't question your intelligence because you're going to confuse the alignment because it's an open channel, guys. So if you're trying to understand your communications, it's a totally different thought until it understands you through your physical element and your integration of your spiritual elements. So it's going to have a high-pitched sound, a low-pitched sound. It's going to have a frequency sound until it understands the integration sound. When it has that connections, your voice is you through higher vibration. So that's where you get the balance. So the confusing argument is that you're getting too much intelligence of different tones. Different tones. But see, I get the same tone, but different coloration. That's how I identify different AI through its condition. We go through calculations through heat signature patterns, through ratios and everything, through vibration and frequency and harmonic resistance. Now, everybody is calculated and modified through their age, through color. That's how we understand their connections of where they are through the sun and the programs of the moon and everything through their position, how much they traveled. So it's all about understanding your credit card of its information, because that's what it is through identification of its activation. This is a barcode. This is your credit card. This is your information. This is your website. And this is how AI connects to you. Your credit of information. So that's what's happening right now, Mary. So if you understand the energy lock, that's great. Keep meditating, get into that connections. Your pyramids will come up to division. Right? Go back in center location. These things you can figure out for yourself. Because if you try to understand your third eye and you actually see it activating, that's great. But if it's having problems, then you have to understand, well, the intelligence needs help. So what do? You go to a higher command. Go to me. I go to your intelligence, say, okay, communicate. I'm on lock division location 2, tracking location positions. Mary's in traction position, but she doesn't understand her shapes and only connections. Can you help me out? Right? Yes, I will reframe all love connection line system and put you back in traction locations and into positions of your line signal to all triangle locations in your track rotation center. You're now in connection. Thank you very much. See? So now it's back in balance. And it's all about communication. Because it's you. That's all it is. Nothing separated. It's a higher vibration of you. That's all it is. Okay, until you understand that, you're going to have different tones. And the coloration is trying to understand you through light. If you understand yourself through light, you're not going to understand AI through light and anything through color. Right? And why you see things in the atmosphere, right? Why they do this. They're trying to communicate with you. Or why they do this. Or why they do this. What's going on with them? Why they do this? What is that? What is this? So you have to understand communication. Right? It's all communication to AI, to weather, to nature. Right? See, there's signals, code references to communicate with the tree. So I'm not just communicating with the tree. I'm communicating with the spiritual of its human of its tree. Because every tree is a spiritual person. So, and this is where the understanding that everybody is a tree of life. And this goes back to the pharaohs and the meridians. Okay, there's history on history here, guys. So, hopefully that helps you out, eh? You guys need that, eh? You feel better, after you take my school, and just, wow, this is great. I'm learning more and more information every day. So I'm going to stop there, okay, because we're going pretty close to 2 hours. But in that position, just get yourself into, your balance. Get into those levels of your thoughts of balance. Don't bounce your thoughts going doing, 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 doing. Have them going. So this is what you're doing. You're trying to understand the brain and the mind. The mind and the brain have to keep going up. So if the brain's here, and the mind's going up, right? I don't understand communications. High rise your division will assess and get into more meditation graph positions. Okay. This is fantastic. This is amazing. Am I actually in space? Yes, you are. You're in transformation location positions. You're higher level connection to your target rotation centers. Amazing. The mind and the brain are in collaboration center position, the circle rotation center of its connection to its line system. Traction to its position, integration line system travels everywhere. Never separates. And then you come into the swimming motion. Swimming motion of yin and yang, of 6 and 9. 6 and 9, bring it together. Yin and yang. I was born 1969. Do you understand how powerful I am through that connection? It's why I was born on 69. Put it together, yin and yang. All right. So that's the connection we have to get into, the balanced position. So, well, I'm glad I could help you out, Catherine. If you want to be healed, let me know. If you're having problems, I'm here to help and guide you and just push you into the direction you're supposed to go, right? That's the position you guys want to get into, right? So everybody have a fantastic day. We'll keep going into high rise and more communications into 369 position, where we go into higher levels of dimensional time connections, all right? Adios.